First question is from Mugger Baby. I can't wait for you to answer this one. What made NJ say "What's up" for the first time?
Well, after watching wrestling, you get to see R-Truth just becoming more and more. Back then was the face. I just got to think, that's so cool when he does that. and then from there it just came naturally just to copy him in our videos.
I tell you what, mate, Mugger Baby loves your "What's up," doesn't he?
He does.
I tell you what, because I just want to do this because I know he loves it when we do this. Can we get a special "What's up" for Mugger Baby?
Mugger Baby, what's up?
Awesome, but yeah, I still can't believe you're doing that now. I mean, I didn't think it would catch on as well as it did, but it has. It's working pretty well. It's like your little gimmick now, isn't it?
It is.
I just need something now. Where am I going to get that from, eh? Your suggestions, maybe. Comment down below if you think you could give me some sort of gimmick, maybe. I don't know. Just an idea. Next question we have is from TubePlayer101, also known as Harris Hero on Facebook. Good Facebook friend of ours. He asked us 3 questions. First question he asked us was, Chris Benoit or Daniel Bryan? Honestly, I think Daniel Bryan is better. I'm guessing that means which one out of the 2 do we think is better? NJ, your thoughts on this one?
I'm going to say the better one is Chris Benoit.
Yep, I agree.
Just because the way he's been growing in the industry, he's really good at the submission moves and managing to escape moves and.
In the indie scenes, Daniel Bryan was always a top star. Now he's moved to WWE. He's been demoted a little bit because of the way WWE work. In terms of who's better, Chris Benoit was a fantastic technical wrestler, probably one of the best of his age. Before he unfortunately passed away, of course. And it was just, and out of the 2, I'd have to say Benoit just because he's more of a legend. We remember him more. He won the world title a couple of times, let's not forget. And he's just, I just think a better technical wrestler. Although Daniel Bryan is definitely up there for me.
That's true.
Maybe you could surpass him in the future. Who knows? If we answer this question in 5 years, we might be saying Daniel Bryan. Who knows?
Maybe.
The next question he asked us was, do you think WWE will ever have a WrestleMania in England?
Well, with the
Wembley
big
Stadium.
venues we have, arenas we have here, why not come here?
The only problem with that would be the time difference for the Americans, who probably have to end up watching it quite late in the evening.
Well, it would be fair because the way we've got to watch stuff,
we have to watch Raw at 2 in the morning, TNA at 2 in the morning, pay-per-views at 1 in the morning.
1 till 4, yeah.
Exactly. So I think SmackDown's on YouTube. That's all right.
For the US, have to stay late for 1 night. It's fair.
To be honest, if they had a WrestleMania in England, imagine how many people would go because it would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them to go. Do you remember SummerSlam '92? How full Wembley was then? So many people would want to see a WrestleMania in England, and it would make so much revenue, and it would expand their product to England too.
It would.
It would be a good idea.
Yeah, I think so.
The third question he asked us was, how long will TNA last, and will Vince buy them out?
Well, TNA, we've just started watching it, and I'm saying that it has some entertainment in it. Some of it is just absolutely wrong, boring.
I hope it doesn't go out of business, because if it goes out of business and Vince buys it, then he can do what the hell he likes in the wrestling business, like he did when he bought WCW, unless Ring of Honor get up there with their new TV deal.
Well, what I was going to say is that at the minute, people saying WWE versus TNA in competition. Again, I would not call it competition because WWE is way higher than...
It's an alternative, more.
That's it, yeah. So I'm thinking for now, keep it as it is. Let's have this alternative wrestling and let WWE keep on growing as well as TNA.
And push ROH. But that's just my thing. And will Vince buy them out? My opinion is Vince will only buy them out if he sees it as a profitable thing to do, like he did with WCW. The only thing he'd really be buying out would be the talent, which is quite good in TNA, and also their video rights and all that copyright stuff, which will also be good for revenue too. That's the only time they'd really buy them out.
Because I can see if Vince did buy TNA, yes, it has its negatives, but the amount of good wrestlers we will get back, or the wrestlers we would get.
But for the wrestling business on the whole, it would not be a very good thing, because it's the lack of competition, unless Ring of Honor gets up there. So that's the one problem. There are good sides and downsides.
There are.
We'll finish that there, because we talked about that for a long time. Hey. The next question we got is from C. Gation, one of the best names ever, especially for NJ, who hates Cena. He asks us, are you football fans?
No.
Well, you're not a football fan. I'm a huge football fan. I've been watching football, or soccer as it's known in America, since the age of, 3, 4. I've been supporting Man United and Peterborough United for pretty much my whole life. Football was a big part of my life. Now, wrestling is also a big part of my life. So I'd say I'm a huge football fan. NJ.
I don't watch the World Cup.
You don't watch
and
the
important matches, yeah.
Okay, that's about right. And plus, your dad is a very big football fan, isn't he?
Very big.
Oh god, the next question is from Mr. Rao. This is for you, NJ. When will NJ grow his hair long to look like his hero, Heath Slater? Yeah, NJ, I want to know, when are you going to grow your hair that long to look like Heath Slater, your hero?
In joke-wise, Heath Slater's meant to be Triple H. And me with long hair, it's been on my mind, I will say that. It's been on my mind to have my hair long again, because I used to have long hair as a child.
Randy Orton hairstyle,
and
mate.
now I've got Randy Orton kind of hairstyle. But I'm saying it's a possibility it could happen again, but not just yet.
Okay. Well, there's not really much I can say about that. That was for you. So, the next question we got is from Black Rose 1991, a guy who you should all definitely subscribe to. This guy's a fellow Brit, awesome YouTuber. Go subscribe to this guy. He needs more subscribers. He's nearly 100 now. His 2 questions. He gave us 2 very good questions. He said, if you could choose one theme song for an upcoming pay-per-view, what would it be? For me, it would be something like, because I'm very metal-based, so I would say something like a Metallica song, or something like something thrash metal based. I don't know about you.
My choices have got 2.
Oh, go on then.
It's number 1 would be I like to see a bit more AC/DC there.
I don't know a bit of AC/DC.
And the other one would be, as you said, Metallica, because they've done a lot of classical good songs.
Well, the one song I'd probably choose for a pay-per-view is one that I thought they might do for Triple H at WrestleMania, which is Master of Puppets. That's a good Metallica song. I'm not sure whether it would be good for a pay-per-view, but it's one of my favourite songs, so why not have it as a pay-per-view theme?
Yeah.
You also asked us, what are the nastiest injuries you've ever heard, seen or heard of in pro wrestling? Well,
Triple H's quad.
Triple H's quads was a pretty bad one when we saw it. What other ones did we had? We had Psycho Sid's or Sid Vicious's leg break, which Jeff the Schleg Daddy can't stop laughing at half the time when he broke his leg going off the second rope.
There's Vince's quads.
Oh, Vince's quads when he torn his quads going into the 2005 Royal Rumble. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
There's things like
Rey Mysterio's knee.
Is it Shane who went through the glass window?
Yeah, that wasn't an injury though, was it? That was just a spot.
Oh, I thought
I can't really remember too many injuries. I know we've had neck breaks. We had Stone Cold break his neck once. I think Cena did something to his neck.
He's had injury.
But in terms of big injuries, those are the kind of ones that stick out for us. Triple H and Psycho Sid, just because the Schleg Daddy's always going on about it and laughing at it every time fucking is mentioned. Right. Next set of questions is from Pyro626123 45678. Now I'm joking. This one is Pyro626123. He says to us, "Congratulations on the 200 subs. My question is, who do you think WWE is going to fire this year? People are saying that Melina and Caitlyn are on the list. What do you think? In terms of firings, NJ, a lot of the people that we predicted are kind of getting back into the WWE now."
That's the thing I was going to say. Like, there's been rumours of releases for a while now. We've made a load of predictions and our reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, at the minute, it's looking to be some divas will get released.
Yeah. And
WWE suit wrestlers. Again, I'm not too sure about them now, because most of the ones we listed are actually getting involved somehow now.
We never thought they would, but they are. I think as soon as the whole Nexus thing goes, we could possibly see some Nexus members go. As for divas, people like Caitlyn, Caitlyn, the Bellas, no, they won't get released, but I want them to get released. So it's hard to predict, but you'll basically get the clue from which wrestlers aren't being used, like JTG, Chris Masters, people like that are never really on TV but are always on Superstars. So I'm guessing maybe even guys like Kozlov might get released because they're not really on TV anymore.
Not anymore, no.
So the clue will be guys that aren't really on TV that much. That's all we can really say about that. We can't really make any short promises yet. When are the WWE actually going to do these releasings? We had this at WrestleMania.
Because, the thing about releases is that we've had a whole wrestling year finished now. Mm-hmm. It's time to clear up what's not needed and concentrate on what is.
Yeah. But addressing the question directly, Caitlyn, I can see them releasing. Melina, no, because I think she's a good Divas wrestler, just underused, in my opinion.
Alicia Fox.
I still think she's decent in the Divas division still. I don't know. Just addressing the 2 people Pyro said to us, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
There's many people that could be released, but we don't really know.
No.
As much as we would love to know. NFL for Life, 95, subscriber we've had for a long time now, said, "Congratulations on the 200 subs. My questions," he's got 3 questions for us, 3 questions.
And I'll read.
Oh yeah, go on now.
Favourite WrestleMania match of all time and why?
You go first on this one.
My first favourite WrestleMania match would be God, there's been so many. But I'm going to say
Michael's
The Undertaker versus Undertaker.
See, I was originally going to say that, but I kind of thought you might say that because we pre-discussed this. So I'm going to go off and say probably just because of the crowd reaction and the way the match was done and what happened after the match, I would have to say Rock versus Hogan. The way that the crowd responded to the heel, which was Hogan, and the way the Rock played with the crowd was just really well done. And that really, although it wasn't the best match, it was the best. It was the best sort of complete match with crowd reaction in terms of that, which is what really gains the most sort of money in the business. Really, the crowd reaction.
That's the reason. That was a really good match. The reason I picked Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels is basically because the way that they first brought in the match, that they both had Taker went straight, Shawn Michaels went straight for it, and the match was really entertaining. There was reaction, there was feeling. Second time, maybe went down a little bit, but it was still an awesome match.
I'll say one thing though, best of the two WrestleManias they were on, best match on the card, both of them. That's all I'll say about that. So yeah, I could think of more, but in terms of the best, I would say those that match for me.
And I'll read this. When do you think Jericho and Batista will possibly return, and who do you think they'll feud with?
Jericho, I can see returning soon, within the year, maybe Royal Rumble. I don't think Batista will return. I think he's through with WWE now. He's 40 plus now, and I don't think he can really work a full time wrestling with WWE.
Well, what I'll say, Jericho, he's had many talks about coming back, so it would be good to see him come back. Batista, he's been offered a contract. We've still not heard anything else about that, but I would like to see Batista come back.
Oh yeah, well WWE needs people like Batista, don't they? Who will they feud with though? Jericho, I can see feuding with Orton. Definitely, because of how he went out by getting punted in the head. If he comes back, that is. And Batista, say someone like Cena or even Orton, because they have
Cena
history.
would be the best.
Cena would probably be the best one because that's how he went out. Carrying on in a storyline sense, it would be the best thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Just depends whether they do return or not. That's all.
And I'd like to see Batista destroy Cena.
Just because you hate Cena, right?
Very much so.
Go on then. Next question.
Okay. Lastly, favourite WWE WWF Championship belt?
Yours is obvious.
The World Heavyweight Championship.
Why is it?
Awesomely gold.
Yeah.
It's a good looking belt, and we've seen it on quite a few wrestlers now, and it just fits most of them perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Personally, because you said that, I would say it's a mixture between the Intercontinental Championship belt, just because of the way it's shaped and it's sort of like worldwide aspect. The Intercontinental, sort of like the globe on it, and also the Undisputed title. I always thought that was a good looking title, the Undisputed title, because mainly because of its name and its look. I don't know. I think my favourite would probably be the Intercontinental title, and yours is what, the World Heavyweight?
World Heavyweight, I'm saying that.
Yeah. Okay then, Sports When You're He asked us 3 questions. The first being, who will take the WWE title from The Miz?
Well, there's one person I would like it to be, basically because if he's going to be leaving to do the management part, it's Triple H. One more run for him. If not him, it's going to be my friend John Cena.
Okay, I'll just cut you down there because I don't really want you to go mad on me for once. I think it could also be John Cena purely because he's the face of the company. He's got this rivalry with The Miz. He'll win it soon. But I personally hope that it's John Morrison just because I feel he deserves to win a WWE title after all he's done in the last sort of couple of months.
He's definitely shown that he can do it.
Yeah, of course. And I'm a John Morrison mark number 1 thanks to that. He also asked us, what title do you wish WWE would bring back the most? And we just have one answer for this, and you'll like it.
The tag titles.
And why would we bring the tag team titles back? Because for some reason, they're just not there anymore, are they?
Not just the appearance, it's just how they're being used.
Yeah.
You haven't got any tag teams going for them anymore. And they're just making up some weird groups just to make them still be there.
And also, stop making the belts look like a 2p coin. If I had one here, I'll show you, but we can't because we don't have any change. All right, then. Do you want to read the next question, AJ?
Do you see R-Truth getting a push this year?
Yeah, and to be honest, with what we've seen lately, it seems like WWE are going that way. They pushed him for the main event of Extreme Rules. What do you think about him getting a push?
He's been involved in big matches before, so I think WWE are just going to show that he can still make it, even though he botches quite a bit. But I think
Green Bay, Wisconsin, what's up?
Perfect example. But I think, to be honest, to look past that, I think he can quite make it there. I think over this year you're going to see he's going to prove that to us.
He'll have some sort of gradual push, even though I do feel that that there is a chance that he might just get pushed to the main event and then drop.
Which won't help the WWE's main event, though.
Of course not. We got a question from YouTube user Subimprez, who is a regular commenter on our videos, and the first question he asked us was, "What is your earliest memories of wrestling?" NJ, I'll go to you first.
1988 WrestleMania.
1990.
98. There.
88. That was
when I was
when
born.
you were about 1, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, we just found
1988. Tell us about that, NJ.
Basically, WrestleMania 14, Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels with Tyson as the enforcer.
Oh, I wish I was there to watch that.
It's quite a few years back, so I can't remember a lot about it. But also, going on from that, we had loads of rivalries getting built. I remember a lot of Triple H, a group like Triple H because of the rivalries. We have Stone Cold and Rock rivalry growing as the years went on. It was all really entertaining.
We also had Kane and Shaker as well. That was
kept falling out, teaming. Yeah. Great stuff there.
And one of my preferences, the hardcore title belt. Actually, you had to get that involved then as well, which is brilliant.
Brilliantly, yeah.
For me personally, my earliest memories of wrestling were watching Royal Rumble 2002 when it was on Channel 4 in the UK, and also I watched some of the dying years of WCW, like when they had Uncensored, Spring Stampede 2000. But Royal Rumble 2000 was awesome, just because you had Mick Foley and Triple H, The Rock winning the Royal Rumble, the first tag team tables match. Those are the real good early memories for me. The next question he asked us, NJ or 4, do you want to read this one?
What is your favourite entrance theme song of all time?
And I know what yours is. NJ.
I grew up not just being my favourite wrestler, but his music was catchy and I loved it. It's Triple H's first theme, followed on by The Game.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about the game that I am playing. I'm not going to sing anymore.
Yeah, you see?
And what is his first theme as well? Right? You'd like that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I know you like that. But for me personally, my favourite one was The Glass Shatters by Stone Cold. I think it was sung by Disturbed, just because the glass shatters bit at the beginning, you knew who you were going to get. It personified the wrestler, which is brilliant. It was a great thing.
It really goes with it, because it shows that he's there, he's ready to fight. I think it was perfect for him.
Yeah, and he could probably shatter glass if he was going through it as well. The next question he asked us was, if you could have any wrestler from the past in their prime in the WWE today, who would you choose? This is a very good question.
I like the question very much. I think go for it. But my answer is one thing that everyone's going to love: Shawn Michaels.
Why would you pick Shawn Michaels back?
He's been in amazing matches, amazing storylines, and the fact he's grew to the heart of fans. And to be honest, having him back, having him do more of what he does best, it'll be great.
Mr. WrestleMania, back where he belongs. For me personally, just because he was such an influential character in the Attitude Era, sort of some of the great years of wrestling. It would be for me. Would have to be Stone Cold Steve Austin, just because his presence. He got a pop every time he came out, and you just don't really get that much in WWE anymore. A star as big as that guy, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The thing about Stone Cold, another good thing about this would if they both came back to have a match against each other.
Oh god, that would be awesome!
Awesome WrestleMania match. Heartbreak Kid versus the Rattlesnake Stone Cold.
Let's just revel in that match's moment for a minute before we go to the next question.
It would be awesome.
It would be so awesome. But anyway,
who would win? You answer that.
Yeah, in the comment section below. Next question we got from this guy was, what direction do you think WWE are going with Wade Barrett? Do you think he can be a main eventer while still in the core? My immediate answer to that would be, while he's in the core, no.
I think the core are breaking up now. They're just little pieces of glass breaking to the floor. Yeah, and that's just no.
That's a well good analogy.
Yeah, because it's hard to fix that. Once it's broke, it's broke. You can't even replace it, and you can't really replace a group that's already broken now. Yeah. Like they did with Nexus. See how they tried to fix that?
Yeah. But the main point is he'll need to branch away from the core.
He does.
Because core's going nowhere at the moment. He'll need to branch away from the core to get a main event shot, and he deserves it.
He does.
Right. The next question we got is another YouTuber who regularly comments on our videos. It's NFL for Life 95. He asks us, what are your thoughts on Zack Ryder? What should WWE do with him now? In his opinion, he says he needs a push. He's great on the mic. What do we think?
Again, I can't remember much about him, apart from he makes entertaining videos. I can't remember him wrestling too much, so to be honest, give him his on-mic skills. Maybe have a job backstage as a wrestler, I don't know.
Yeah, I just think personally, if WWE don't have a use for his talent, which we've seen is very prevalent there, they may as well just release him if they're not going to do anything with him. It's obvious he has some kind of talent, but if they don't use it, they might as well just release him, that's in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you agree with me on that one?
That's it, I think it's about time to release that.
Okay. Next question we got was from our good friend Lars from Norway, and I think our one and only Norwegian subscriber of Facebook. He asked us a very good question: why do we make wrestling videos on YouTube?
different reasons, but they connect together.
Mm.
My reasons would be, I've got loads of thoughts in my head about wrestling, opinions, about matches, about rivalries, about storylines. They just need to be out there just so people can reflect back.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I bloody enjoy making these videos. You know, I wouldn't be continuing making them if I didn't enjoy them. Of course, me and NJ have a lot of fun filming them. We have a really good laugh doing them, and we're best friends. So you know, it's great for us to do them. So that's why we make wrestling videos on YouTube, as well as getting our opinions out there, which I like to do too. So
good.
The next question, I think you should read this one.
From Ashley on Twitter, called XI Sinister.
Oh, what a name!
It is
I
really
love
cool
that name.
And she asks, why is R-Truth in the W Championship match at Extreme Rules?
Well, I think we have differing opinions on this as well. I think I personally think it's just because of John Morrison's unprofessional behaviour at WrestleMania. I think that's the reason why they're not pushing him in this rivalry. I think they would have before, but because he's done that, they might be stopping his push.
I think WWE could look past that unprofessional thing he did, but with R-Truth, I think, yes, it's unfair that he's getting this shot because he's not being involved, he's not earned it, but to be honest, he's been a big match before, I've said, and he's going to. I think it's time for him to show that he deserves to be up there, just like John Morrison does, and start going for the title over this year.
So basically, they're trying to push sort of new blood into the main event.
That's
that
it.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's why he's involved in this extreme.
I think
match.
he's one of the fresh blood that can go for the title.
Okay then. The next few questions, I say few, we got 10 or 11 from this guy. And we're going to attempt to answer them in the time limit that we have. We have Mr. Rout, another member of the Off the Rope show, asked us a question.
What's up?
Yeah, I thought we might do that. He asked us, which is better, Cena as a battle rapping heel or as a PG face?
PG face.
And why is that?
Because he's a fucking rubbish rapper.
Okay, I'm going to continue this because you're just going to get pissed off. Yeah, I mean, for me, definitely as a PG face. I didn't really like him as a rapper. I thought it was okay, but I think he's definitely better as a PG face, if I'm honest. And that might come as a surprise to some people, but we have to favour him in some way, don't we?
A little bit.
Okay. He also asked us who is the best grappler in the WWE, and I think of all time we have one. Who's that one?
Chris Benoit.
And why? He was just,
yeah, every move he could just reverse quickly into his triple crossface. I think just one of the best.
He was one of the most intense wrestlers out there as well. He was a really small guy, but he's so intense. He's one of the greatest grapplers of all time. Yeah. And now I don't think WWE have too many grapplers, but if I was going to say one off the top of my head, it'd probably have to be someone like Daniel Bryan, who's kind of like the most purest wrestler in the WWE at the moment. Would you say?
He could still grow. He wouldn't be as great as Benoit, but I think he could, over the years, not just years, he could show that he's a good grappler.
And what about? He also asked us who's the best high flyer in the WWE.
And there's, again, one person that comes to mind straight away, and that is
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. The way he is in TLC or just ladder matches, he's just great. He does unbelievable things.
Yeah, things that we never thought we'd see happen. But there are also other people that we could have sort of said here, but they don't have the same, pizzazz as Jeff Hardy.
Mysterio, his brother, Matt Hardy, Evan Bourne.
So definitely Jeff Hardy on that one, I would say.
On top.
The best wrestler, he also asked the best wrestler on the microphone in WWE.
Again, we have different ones. Yeah. We have Triple H, who was in DX. He was great on mic then.
Yeah, I would say someone like CM Punk, who is overall just great on the mic. His promos are really good and well created.
He was very good. And then we had Ray Barrett, who showed in NXT and out NXT how great he is at getting his words across.
I think another contender would be The Miz. I think we can all agree The Miz is quite good on the mic. He's really stood up to someone like
very
Rock.
Loud and out there.
Yeah. And he's really stood up to someone like The Rock on the mic, who we would say is probably the best
most
of all time. Most entertaining guy on the mic all time. I think we could both wholeheartedly agree with that one.
We can't doubt that.
No, definitely not. And he's shown recently when he came back why he's so much better than the rest of the WWE superstars with his mic.
And even though he's been out for a while, he can still show that he's still got it.
He has still got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question, Mr. Rout asked us was best wrestler in the WWE overall. Who do we think it is?
Triple H.
Why would you say Triple H?
He's been there for years. Maybe not as much as others have, but he's shown that he's there all the time. He's committed and he's doing his job, and he's grown in the company.
Yeah. I mean, for me, you said Triple H. My personal two would be either Rock or Stone Cold, but because they're not in the WWE anymore, I'd have someone like The Undertaker.
Undertaker, well, we would disagree there. Obviously, yes, he's still there, but he's not always still there.
No,
it's my fault.
He's approaching the end of his career, but there's no doubting his legacy. So that's why I thought I included him there. And he's one of the few people like Triple H to come from the Attitude Era and stuff. So, you know, he's just good that he's still there, maintaining that streak, which is a big marketability applaud for the WrestleMania event.
It is. Hopefully, will hold on to a little longer.
Yeah. He also asked us, I think this is a very good question personally, who is the best diva grappler in the WWE? And I think there's only one person we can say here.
She's got great strength. She's got great in-ring attitude, and that is
Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
And you could have also said ability there as well, because she is great in the ring.
She definitely has.
Definitely one of the best female grapplers in WWE at the moment, by far. He also asked us what are the best. I told you there was a load of questions. He said, who is the best overall female wrestler? And I think overall, by that, I think he means looks and wrestling ability. So I think, personally, and I think you'd agree with me here, we'd have to say someone like Lita, who is very beautiful woman, also great in the ring as well.
If we went for more strength and dominance in the WWEF, it would be China.
Yeah, China she had amazing. She could face off with men, she was that good.
Yeah, that was a good thing about China.
Only woman to win an IC title, I believe. Shows you how good she was. He also asked us, do you like or hate Michael Cole's commentary? Now, again, we have quite differing opinions here.
Here, we've got because we need a heel commentator to bring more feeling towards his words and his opinions.
Yeah. And, I mean, I agree with you there, because to him, he makes the faces seem like ultimate faces.
Yeah, true.
But for me, personally, although I do buy into his heel gimmick, it's very good, I don't really... He just annoys the fucking hell out of me.
He's done his
job. I don't know why.
He's
done his job well. I'm annoyed by him. Just like I'm annoyed that John Morrison won't get a push. Neither will Wade Barrett, Drew McIntyre will push the British or we riot. Anyway, he also asked us how old we are. How old are you, NJ?
23.
Oh, I'm 21. I'm the younger out of the two. The younger, better looking. No, I'm joking, NJ. I'm joking. He also asked us what YouTube channels do we watch?
Okay, there's quite a few, we'll take turns. Off the Rope Show.
Great show that is.
Very entertaining.
Great, and I think he's also part of it, so it also counts as a plug.
We
We also have 420 Goonie, another great guy we like on YouTube.
Dreamboy 899.
Awesome. Dustin, he does some good videos. David Mania as well, another Lord of the Ring buddy.
Got us there.
God does Biffy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. He's funny and entertaining. And No DQ Cole as well.
They're the ones that we watched that got me interested in it.
Yeah. And he also asked us, what is our ultimate goal on YouTube?
Get our points across and hear your points.
While being entertaining as well. We want to get our points off and be entertaining at the same time.
And make friends.
Sub-impress.
Sub-impress, and he asks, he says, hey guys, congrats on your 200 subs, which is now a bit more.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed your videos. I'm sure you deserved all the subs you get.
Thank you very much, Sub-impress. We're very appreciative of those words.
Yeah, and now a good question.
Yes.
Do you think the WWE Tag Team division will ever be great again?
No.
If they do our Tag Team NXT,
that's
yes.
An awesome idea. Should we explain a little bit while we're here?
Yeah.
Go on, NJ. It's your idea.
Okay.
I'm not going to take any credit in this.
We've seen NXT come up with different ideas for each one. They've had a Divas one. So come on now. What could be the next step?
They had NXT Redemption, for fuck's sake, didn't they? Where the winner gets a shot on the next NXT. So why not have this one, eh?
So the tag team one is a bit different. It'll bring us a load more wrestlers. Because you know what they do with the losers? Still bring them in.
Yeah.
So we'll get many tag teams and we'll be saved.
And plus, we've seen ROH and TNA have some really good tag teams. If you could bring them in, but obviously they're not trying to do that. So, and also I've seen some good tag teams in SCW, like Brett DiBiase and Richie Steamboat, I believe, are a tag team. Bring them through. I think they're a tag team. I'm not entirely sure. There are some good tag teams in SCW.
So as you can see, the WWE have many ideas on how they can get more tag teams. It's just about them actually following through.
The problem with WWE's tag team at the moment is I don't really see there being that many good tag teams. Like we've got Core, Nexus, who are going to be probably breaking up soon. Kane and Big Show, Santino and Hotdog,
that much.
Usos. There's not really any great tag teams there like there used to be. So the signs to me are, unless they're going to be bringing some new ones, then no, the tag team division is never going to be great again. It doesn't seem like they're focusing too much on tag team wrestling anymore. So,
and as much like back in the Attitude Era, I used to love tag team matches because they used to make entertaining one way or another. But now the tag team matches, yes, the tag keeps getting changed hands, which is not that great. The matches are just not the same anymore, and they don't have enough tag teams to make the match exciting.
Yeah. So really, no, is the answer to that question?
Not now.
Unless WWE do something drastic about it, like they should do. The second question he asked us was, what is your favourite storyline of all time? Wow, got to go back a little bit here, haven't we? NJ, do you want to start us off?
I don't have to go too far back for mine. I used to love the DX or Triple H and the McMahons. Any storyline to do with them, they were all great because it's all against the boss. How dare they do these things to the boss? That was me all the way.
With me, I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint a single storyline. This isn't really a storyline. I'm going to say, but the series of matches between Rock and Stone Cold at WrestleMania and the rivalries they had, like the storylines they had with Rock saying, the fans have turned their back on The Rock when he went to Hollywood. He played a great heel in the later stages of both Stone Cold and Rock's career. So I'd say for me that probably the lead up to those matches had the best storylines. The fact they used to use each other's finishers and mimic each other, and good build.
Well, that's good options. We both not actually picked a certain storyline.
Yeah.
We picked a long list of them. So yeah, that's for us.
I think a standout storyline for me would probably be someone like a Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, or back in the days we didn't used to watch wrestling, or even a Rock Hogan or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, like me, I can't think of a certain point, but I just love the whole.
Yeah. I know how much you love Evolution as well.
Oh, they're great matches and ideas.
Okay then, that's our favourite storylines of all time. We didn't pinpoint one, we pinpointed loads, so we hope you enjoy our opinions on that one. The next question is from George Aaron Rios, a Facebook friend of ours. He says, do you think that having the managers accompany fighters to the ring, such as Tyson Kidd, will be beneficial and help out young superstars? I believe this is a very good question, but we have different opinions on this, really, don't we? So go on, you say your first, and I'll say mine.
Well, when they stopped doing managers for me, it actually gave the managers a chance to do something more, like wrestle. They've had like Deborah, yes, she did both, but she went into wrestling. We had Tori, yes, she was a manager, but she went into wrestling more after. So most of the managers, after they did managing, they went into wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that was good because it gave them more of a chance to have a better role than just a manager.
Well, I'll go on your point first. My counterpoint to that would be, were they better off being managers rather than being in the ring? That's all I'm going to say about that. But my other point would be, I think it is a good idea to bring up managers because for a start, it gives wrestlers that can't speak a mouthpiece. Secondly, it suits heels because heels need to use heel tactics to get heat in matches, and managers can do that. Remember Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, people like that, Jimmy Hart, for example.
Well, now I want to counter you.
Oh, go on then.
If the managers are people that are never going to wrestle, then yes, I'd say bring back managers. But if they got potential to wrestle, then no.
Well, so far, we've seen Michael Hayes, who's the head writer, I think, of SmackDown, managing Tyson Kidd. Matt Striker, who's now managing Tyson Kidd. Also, Armando Estrada has been managing Tyson Kidd.
Well, Matt Striker, I wouldn't really count because he had a bit of wrestling in him. So I'll say ones that, again, I'm just sticking to ones that don't have the potential to wrestle.
As long as they don't have that much potential to wrestle, like Armando Estrada, Ranjit Singh, then
Michael Cole now,
Michael
he's
Cole,
finished,
so then definitely bring them back. They could really be good for a mouthpiece of people that can't really speak on the mic, like Ezekiel Jackson.
That's my point.
Ricardo Rodriguez, what a great manager he is. Alberto Del Rio!
Ranjit Singh, he's one rubbish example, but
one rubbish example.
He's finished with Carl.
I know.
Whatever he could do next.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I really do, to bring our managers back. The next question is from Joe Butler, who's another British Facebook friend of ours. He said, the first question he asked us was, have you ever noticed how the heel always starts off the match in the ring nearest the announce table and the face goes to the corner of the ring nearest the ramp? This is done because the heel controls the match generally and needs to know how long the match is going to go on for and how long the match is going to finish. Therefore, he starts off nearer where the announcers are so he can get the instructions that they need. That's why they do that, from what I've heard anyway. And also he said, do you think we'll ever see Mr. McMahon come back to WWE on a weekly basis again or not?
I think between now until he leaves, I think there's going to be at least one, if not two, is pushing it, but there will be an involvement with him. I
can't help but feel that they've kind of gone away with the McMahon character a little bit. I mean, during the Attitude Era, he was like a big heel that could be used to put over faces. But now he doesn't seem to really get into that role anymore that much. He's more of a face character now, if anything. So I don't think they will bring him back.
Well, the even McMahon, maybe not, but I think there will be more involvement with him before he leaves. There will be something. I
think he'll promote special events and stuff. I don't think he'll get involved in storylines as such. But he might do. Who knows when he might come back?
One more WrestleMania for him.
Oh, please. That would be brilliant if Vince McMahon got himself in another storyline. Oh, that would be quite good to see, actually. I would like to see
him to put someone over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to say about that?
That's it for now.
Yep. Yeah. Also, another question was from Gareth Eklund, from another Facebook friend of ours. We got a lot of questions on Facebook, so thank you very much for asking us on our Facebook. He says, my question is, what do you guys think is the best match type? NJ, I'll let you start off on this one.
Okay, well, most of the match has been, if I can swear, fucked up.
You can swear, NJ.
Oh, yeah.
We're not PG here.
No, I'll try to be sometimes. They've been fucked up.
Yeah.
and I'm just saying that the match that will do it the most, that is fine, has not been messed up with too much, is what we can say is TLC.
Yeah, I do believe you're right on that one. The TLC match is one of those matches where the spots haven't changed too much, the way it's done hasn't changed too much, the way the weapons are used haven't been changed too much.
Well, the weapons have, because they've gone from a great TLC to a tables match, fine. Dad match, fine.
Yeah, but the
chair
table
match, no.
The TLC match itself, though, we're talking about, not the separate tables, ladders, chairs matches.
The TLC itself, I have no problem with.
Well, one thing I will bring up, I know you think this match has been ruined a little bit, but in terms of uniqueness and the way it was done and the way it was introduced and who introduced it and when it was introduced, the Elimination Chamber, even though it's been ruined a little bit, you can't deny that it was a very unique thing to bring into wrestling.
When it first came as one match, a pay-per-view, all the right wrestlers were in, good. Then it grew to putting anyone in.
Yeah.
It grew to 2 a pay-per-view.
We had an ECW one which had nobodies in it. We had a SmackDown one with Viscera and Mike Knox and Kozlov, and it's just like, oh, you want your main eventers in a match like that. Just have 1, not 2. But in terms of uniqueness, I'd say that match was pretty up there on the list in terms of
if they start using it again properly, I'll change my answer to Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
If the next one they screw it up again, then I'm going to stick to TLC.
Definitely. Very good question, by the way. That is actually a good question. The next question comes from COVIJ365. I don't know how to pronounce that. That sounds Scandinavian or something. He said, "Do you think JTG should form a partnership with R-Truth? I think that these two could work really well together following R-Truth's heel turn and JTG saying WWE Universe is full of haters." No, I don't think they could form a tag team, really. R-Truth's too far up there now.
I gave you a bit of a stare there because I'm just thinking you're picking JTG, who was great in Crime Time, to team up with someone that is getting quite high in the WWE now and showing that he does not need to be with anyone to do as good as he's doing.
I can see why they say that, because they're both. Especially with JT saying the WWE is full of haters and R-Truth was going on this whole conspiracy theory, I can see why they may have said that. But in terms of the actual tag team and the partnership and the way they're both built at the moment, they're both on Raw, but R-Truth is in the main event, JTG is a jobber, and there's no real point in them being a tag team.
No, and it wouldn't do, if they did team up, it wouldn't do R-Truth any justice because he's going on his own, doing his own thing. And JTG, it might help him look good because he's actually with someone else higher up.
Yeah.
But JTG would not be doing that.
True. Anyway, next question. We're going to have to... the next question is another Facebook question from Brian Nelson. He said, "So if any tag team from TNA had a feud with a tag team from WWE, who would it be and how would you book it?" Well, going from TNA, they have so many good tag teams, but out of all the tag teams, out of Beer Money, Motor City Machine Guns, tag team, it had to be Beer Money. Beer Money is probably the top tag team from TNA, but who from WWE?
I would like to say Beer Money versus Kane and Big Show.
You think that'd be a good match?
Well, I would have said Kane and Undertaker, but Take's had it now, so we can only go with what's left. So Kane and Big Show versus Beer Money.
And how would we book this, do you think?
I think maybe an invasion. Yeah. They think TNA want to get publicity, so one of them two will probably come over, join a pay-per-view, join a tag team title match, make Kane and
go after them from behind like heels or something.
Yeah, and then have it build up from there.
That's actually a really good plan. I like that plan. That would actually work quite well. If WWE did a TNA invasion angle, of course.
Which wouldn't be happening for a few years, because obviously TNA still need to grow, get better what they are at.
True. Very good question, though. The next question we got was from SDBXNBBL91. Again, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I'll just say it out loud. They said, with the WWE unifying the world and WWE tag belts and the women's and divas belts, goddamn, why not bring back the women's belt? Do you think they should unify the mid-card gold to give the Intercontinental title some much-needed prestige? First thing we need to address here is, should they combine the titles into one, or should they stick with two?
Well, I'm going to go with put them together. I'll go with that first.
Okay.
The amount of wrestlers there are on SmackDown, the amount of wrestlers there on Raw, it would make more combined matches. It would make the matches probably a bit more interesting. You'll probably have a lot more like six-man matches. You probably get good use of matches there with more wrestlers.
See, I'm gonna say the opposite to you here. I understand what you're saying. It would bring it more prestige, but when you have two mid-card belts, there's more room for opportunity for mid-carders to be pushed. Even though there's been a lot of evidence recently that has showed that the mid-card titles aren't meaning much. It's not really giving them the push. I would still keep one mid-card title on each show, especially if they're not gonna combine the shows. If they're gonna combine the shows, I would say combine the titles. But if they're gonna keep them separate, I would say keep the mid-card belts separate. That's just my opinion on that.
As much as I think they should be separate, I'm a little bit more towards putting them together.
It's all just all about opinion, isn't it? Really, I mean, either way, it could be done. But I mean, that's our answers. I hope you're happy with those answers. Very good question as well, by the way. The next question we got is another Facebook question. We've got loads of Facebook questions here. This is good. From Les Stewarts. He says, a lot of fans want Kane to remask. What are the pros and cons of this happening? NJ, as a Kane fan, why don't you start us off here?
Okay, I'm two-sided. Have him with the mask on, because back then people have been saying he was a lot better and he was a lot more of a monster character like. But one of the real reasons he removed his mask is between him and Vince, the mask was just making it really uncomfortable for him to wrestle. Yeah. He just did not want it anymore. He wanted to come out of the mask and be the character he's trying, or was trying to be back then when he first removed it.
I think the one thing that would be a problem would be would just giving him the mask reinvent that monster Kane thing, because it's not really to do with the mask. It's more with WWE how they want to book him than the mask itself. That's the as it goes to reliving this monster gimmick he used to have.
Well, I will say that it's two things about this. When he first removed the mask, the monster was still there. It just faded as the year went on. The other thing is, during he removed his mask till now, they've kind of done a certain point which has made the mask unable to come back. Yeah. Which is the imposter. If they did not do the imposter storyline, he could have maybe put the mask on at a certain point again.
He does look a hell of a lot scarier with the mask on though, doesn't he?
But now he can't go back to that, in my opinion, because if the imposter is in a way said, I'm the old Jew, now I'm gone.
Yep.
Now for him to bring it back will mess the whole imposter even more than what it already was.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. Chase Oliver 68, who asked us 3 questions. The first Fortune 5. The first question he asked us was, do you know any current European indie talent looking to make it in the WWE? And as far as we're concerned, no, we haven't really checked out the indies too much yet. We've started watching it, but just not that much to know of any proper European talent. So at the moment, we'd have to say no. Unless, do you have anything to say, NJ, here?
No, just no.
No, just no. If there is any European talent trying to make it into WWE, good luck to you. It's a hard drive. How long do you think Randy Orton's current title reign will go for?
Well, we're recording this before Capital Punishment, and with this concussion he's got, we're not sure if he's going to drop the title to Christian because of this concussion.
Yeah.
Or if he's going to still be the champ.
For the next 10 years.
But if he does win, I expect it to go on for a couple of months, just while other superstars, wrestlers I like to know them as, are growing into the WWE.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Orton's title reign will probably keep going until they bring back Batista or Chris Jericho, in my opinion. They haven't really built anyone up on SmackDown well enough to win that title yet, believably. So it'll go on for a while until WWE finally find the right guy, which will probably be in the next year. I don't know. WrestleMania, who knows? They'll probably do the same thing with Cena as they're doing with Orton at the same time.
There are other wrestlers that might have the chance of being up there, but while the roster's not quite adding up, it's going to be a while. Yes.
Especially on SmackDown, of course, as we saw in a video we did a while back. Next question was, do you feel Cody Rhodes is a world champion in the near future? In the near future, yes. I do see him as a kind of guy you can hold the belt for like 1 or 2 months. Not as a top guy, but definitely a guy who could hold the belt.
Well, let's go with the question. You said in the near future. The way I look at Cody, I see him getting more contenders, but I do not see him becoming a champ in the near future. I think he'll be involved with the title, but not get it just yet.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely see Cody Rhodes as future world championship material, though. In the main event, definitely. Maybe not a top guy, like I said, but definitely in that main event. Upper mid-card / main event kind of level.
Yeah, that's the...
Right. The next question we have is from Brian Nelson. He asks us, if TNA's Beer Money and Ring of Honor's Kings of Wrestling had a feud, how would you book it? Now, the first thing we'd have to do here is try and get them on the same show.
Which at this moment in time, it's not going to be the right time because they're all doing their own thing and their own shows. So not yet.
But if we were going to do it, let's just say we were going to do it, we'd probably have Kings of Wrestling invade TNA, seeing as TNA is the sort of more well-known brand, so to speak. and then I mean, we've done this with a lot of tag teams. This is usually how they do it. Get them to screw beer money out of the championship or something. And then they can have their own little feud, and then they can fight over the tag team belts later on.
That'd be the simplest way of doing it, just to like get Beer Money's attention, get them ready to fight. Then yeah.
And at the moment, we've also got this thing going on with Robert Roode's singles push being possible. Maybe work that in there as well. Have Kings of Wrestling maybe beat Beer Money, and Robert Roode and James Storm fall out or something. And then Robert Roode can then go off on his own. Maybe incorporate that into it. Who knows? It could have many different possibilities with two great tag teams. It's probably the best tag team from TNA and one of the best tag teams from Ring of Honor. So you could do a sort of best of.
I think that would work for them. Yeah,
definitely. Very good question there. The next question is from Tom Henry Elgie. Is The Undertaker going to retire next year in 2012? NJ?
Yes.
Is that what you got to say about that?
Well, the Taker's been getting worse as time goes on. His body's getting worn out, and I'm just thinking, if they are going to push him to one more WrestleMania, I think it'll be his last.
Well, it'll be 20-0, won't it? So by 20-0, seems like a decent time to retire to me. I think he's already kind of semi-retired. He'll probably only ever come back for 1 or 2 matches, even if he does return at the moment. But he probably will retire in 2012 just because it's 20-0. It's a rounded number. Why not end it like that? The streak.
Well, if they do have another one, I'm not sure how Taker's going to look in the match. He might not be at his best because of the amount his body's worn out and that. So I'm going to say no.
Yep. Okay then.
Is he going to retire? Yes. So.
Yes. So yeah, he's going to retire. Everyone's going to retire eventually, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway, the next question comes from YS of 0303 Awesome. How the hell do these people come up with such names like that? Why couldn't I have been this creative? Again, I say to myself, why didn't I create the channel name as British Fist? That's just me. He asks us, who do you think is the best in-ring performer in the WWE right now? And there's only one guy, really. Punk, yeah. CM Punk is by far the best in-ring worker. I could also say someone like Daniel Bryan. We know Daniel Bryan worked very well from his indie work. He is a great in-ring performer. But CM Punk, on the whole, I think is definitely the best in-ring performer.
He proves it in all his matches. I'm not saying other wrestlers don't prove how good they are, but there's just something about CM Punk.
Yeah, definitely one of the best. The great thing about CM Punk is not only is he a great in-ring performer, he incorporates psychology and all the typical heel tactics very well in his wrestling, which is why I prefer him over Daniel Bryan, who's more of a wrestler's wrestler kind of guy.
That's true. Yeah.
And also works well into WWE's entertainment thing. Because they can't let him wrestle anymore, unfortunately.
No.
The next question he said to us, this is going to be an interesting one, NJ. If you could make an elimination chamber of 6 divas, who would you choose? A very unique concept.
It is. So that could happen because they've had them in cage matches.
So now we're going to try and think of 6 divas.
Well, we'll do 3 each.
Okay, then.
I'll do my favourite one first, Beth Phoenix. Then it'll probably be... She's proven herself pretty well in the past, Natalia. And then if Awesome Kong could try and make a name of herself, I guess she would be a third. Yeah.
For me, because you took the 3 I was going to say anyway, but that's probably why you went first, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Cheeky.
I want to get my main one.
Alright then, okay. I'm trying to think. Okay, I'll probably have Melina in there, because I know she's a decent wrestler.
She is.
Personally, I'd have Gail Kim, because I know she's a very accomplished wrestler. WWE just aren't using her very well. And who else would I have in there? Someone like...
Yeah, see, the divas at the moment, none of them are actually proving themselves.
Alicia Fox, maybe? I'm trying to think of divas off the top of my head, really.
Well, the ones that are in it, I think... Oh, Tamina.
Tamina, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Have Tamina in there.
There we go.
There's 6 divas here. There's probably more we could put in there, but those are probably the 6 more accomplished female wrestlers we can think of at the moment. Because you need to be accomplished if you're going to be in an elimination chamber. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, and at the moment, not many divas are proving themselves because the W are not booking them right. But,
yeah, true.
But we've named our 6.
Yep. The next question comes from Grinsky. Again, name. How do these people do it? I don't understand.
Unusual name, but it's good in.
Definitely. Grinsky asks us, do you think WWE will ever reveal who the anonymous GM of Raw is?
I'm going to say yes, but not anytime soon, because I think they're playing off this a bit longer until they actually find someone who it will be.
Yeah, and for me, they will in the future, I think, but only if the right person comes along. If it gets to the point where they can't really find the right person, they're probably just going to teeter it out, have the laptop get destroyed or something. I don't know, but maybe in the near future.
Because at the minute they're using this anonymous general manager pretty well, I think. Get involved now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think so far they're doing pretty well.
And then he also asked, who do you think the GM is?
Okay, I've already spoken about this past, but I think it's Jonathan Coachman.
Jonathan Coachman, eh? I don't know. Maybe Mick Foley now he's left TNA. Stone Cold Steve Austin, possibly.
Well, because we're about, I'm just trying to avoid it to pick. Who do we think? Like, we could give you a list, but if we have to narrow it down to just one person each,
yeah,
I'm gonna say Coachman because he's a heel, and you can see this Raw General Manager doing heel-like stuff. He's always favouring the heels in most cases. And I think if John Coachman is going to come back, he's had management roles before, so it'll be a perfect choice.
I'll say Vince McMahon then, just because I feel he's the kind of guy that would be in an authority figure. Just a guess. I'm not entirely sure. I just have to say Vince because I don't really know who else it could be. It's a very, very good question, to be honest.
It is.
The next question comes from John Odewale. I can't say that name. I remember on one of our previous Q&As and I couldn't say this damn name.
No.
I still haven't improved. And he said, basically the same question. Do you think the Raw GM could be Coachman? NJ, I'll let you answer this. He's thinking along the same lines as us. We've obviously got an NJ supporter here.
Good on you, mate. Good on you.
Do you think?
Yeah, we're both going to, like I've answered before, I think it'd be great for it to be Jonathan Coachman to come back, be the general manager, and go from there.
Sure thing. I don't think it'll be Coachman, but there you go. The next question we got is from Sheldon Fernandez of Facebook. We've got some Facebook questions here now. Wicked. He said, if Jericho comes back, should he be heel or face? Now, we all know that Jericho is very adept whether he is heel or a face. I think it just depends on who he comes. He might feud. If he feuds with Orton, he has to be a heel, right? Because Orton's a face for some fucking stupid reason.
That is true. The way Jericho's been talking, he wants to improve his character, change it. So I think as he's left as a heel, he'll come back maybe as a face. It might not last long like last time, but I think he should come back as a face and just go from there. Yeah,
I do think at the moment WWE do lack main event baby faces, especially on SmackDown where we've only really got Randy Orton. But Jericho's best work is as a heel, I think. His best work is probably as a heel. He can work as a face, but it's not like CM Punk. CM Punk was good as a face, but it's just better as a heel, and WWE just have to keep it that way. So I'd say come back heel, especially if he's going to feud with Randy Orton on SmackDown, which could be the case.
Well, if he comes back as a heel, I think it's doing WWE no favours. He should come back as a face, because obviously SmackDown need faces.
There's reasons for both, really. Yeah. It just depends what WWE want to go with in the long, short term, really. The next question we have is a Twitter question. NJ, because you're a regular user of Twitter, could you read this question out and the person who sent it?
Okay. Shane McWWE, or known as James Coyle, asked, why isn't SmackDown live? It just doesn't make sense. And when you look at SmackDown, they have wrestlers there that are probably just starting off, or wrestlers that need to prove themselves a bit more. So if they're going to make mistakes, or they're going to need more training and that, SmackDown's better not being live in some cases, because it gives them the chance to make mistakes but get covered up.
It is the B show, and I do think it's something that WWE have done to save money as well. Because if they do a taping, it's less expensive if they tape it rather than if they go live, and then they need all the equipment and everything. So I think it's another way. It's another way WWE have kind of like gone to cut back on money. I think, but also your point is valid. It's for editing and for wrestlers coming through, because we all know the SmackDown is the kind of show where you really want to see the young talent wrestle in the matches, and it's pretty much known for its wrestling, SmackDown.
That's true. And what I will say is that you say it doesn't make sense. I'm going to give you that because if they had it live, there won't be spoilers.
Yes.
People maybe tune in more to see what does happen.
Just don't have it on a Friday night when everyone goes out.
No, but
Thursday or something. Compete with Impact. That would be interesting.
Well, I'll say, to be honest, I think it's got its good reasons to be live, and it has its good reasons to be not live.
Yeah, so. I agree with you there. I'd rather it not be live, but I'd rather it be live. Sorry, but I suppose what WWE just got to do what WWE got to do. WWE fan 23p. He asked us a lot of questions, so we'll try and get through these. First question was, who do you think will win the Raw and SmackDown Money in the Bank? Why do you think these superstars should win? Do they actually deserve it?
Well, the person that comes to my mind in Money in the Bank that should win is Drew McIntyre. Not just because he's one of my favourites, but because he's not been used as well as he should. And I think this Money in the Bank could push him back up to being involved in the rest again. It could push him back up towards the top where he was when he said, I'm the chosen one. I think he'll be a perfect choice.
I mean, for me, although as much as I would like Drew McIntyre to win it, I think it's too early now in his because he hasn't been used at all. So to have him win it might not be believable. But I'd like to see someone like either John Morrison or Dolph Ziggler win it, just because they're people that in the mid card that kind of need to be put in that main event, in my opinion.
Well, they are good wrestlers too, because they could eventually go on and make great champs.
Yep.
The other person I'm thinking, as you've made two, my other person would be Wade Barrett.
Oh, on SmackDown.
Yeah, because basically he's kind of stuck in this low mid card, a high mid card, and him winning it will put him back up to where he was once on Raw.
Yeah, I've said this before and I will say it again. SmackDown for me, Cody Rhodes, because I think Cody Rhodes is the kind of guy that can work that Money in the Bank gimmick quite well as a heel, especially and with Wade Barrett as well, because I do think he deserves a push. Look, I think Cody Rhodes is another guy that deserves a push into the main event as a heel.
Well, we've named 5 here, so let's try and narrow it down to one from each show.
Yeah, go on. You do one. You do yours. I'll do mine next.
Okay, I'm thinking on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Out of the 2 I've listed, I would like it to be Wade Barrett.
Okay, I'd say Cody Rhodes.
Okay, and on Raw,
I would say John Morrison.
John Morrison, I'd say R-Truth. I would like to see him go for it.
Yep, he would be alright, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
The next question he asks us is there any chance CM Punk will go to TNA or will he leave WWE and return to Ring of Honor? It all depends on whether he leaves or not. I mean, if he does leave, where else can he go? Apart from maybe TNA or Ring of Honor. He was originally in Ring of Honor, so he might go there, but TNA might offer him more money. You know, who knows?
Well, when I look at Punk, I see him as a raw, great wrestler, and I'm thinking WWE would be ashamed to lose him.
Yep.
So I think he should get a new contract. If he somehow doesn't, I'm thinking he would look onto what other wrestling events going on, and he'll look directly. I'm thinking at TNA more than Ring of Honor now. Try something different and go with that.
Unless, of course, Ring of Honor's TV deal makes them legitimate contenders to WWE, but you know we don't know. We don't know that right now. But there we go. Next question. This will be an easy one. If you were to book Zack Ryder, how would you do it? Who would you want him to feud with? And briefly describe how you'd get into the top. Well, we wouldn't want him to get to the top because we don't think he's a main eventer or a worthy title winner.
Well, when I look at Zack Ryder, I see him as an entertainer, which WWE need.
Mid-carder at best.
And I'm thinking, looking at him, I would like him to stick to YouTube.
Really?
I'm sorry, Zack Ryder fans, but seriously, I looked him in that match. He looked okay on that SmackDown.
That was on Raw against Kofi, wasn't it?
Yeah, back then, sorry. See, I can't remember it because he looked okay, but I just wouldn't say it's one of my favourites.
I say get him in a tag team with Kurt Hawkins. Get a tag team in there. That's how I would use him. Get him in a tag team with Kurt Hawkins and get him fighting in a tag team or for the tag team championships. That's what I would do.
Well, that after all the things that he's done, I think the tag did him justice. So
it will benefit tag team. It will benefit WWE in the tag team division. It will also benefit him because he'll be being used. The next question is, what do you guys think about the return of the six-sided ring and the return of the X divisions? Now, I will start by saying it will only return for one night, but for me, after I went back and watched a load of old TNA matches, I did like the whole concept of the six-sided ring just because it made them unique. And in terms of the X divisions, I'm glad they're bringing back an X division specific pay-per-view because I really, me and you have watched some X division matches. We love X division, X division action.
They're entertaining, and I'm saying 6-foot-sided ring. I'm okay with 4. It just looks like it's a standard ring. So I'm thinking wrestling standard ring makes sense.
But I do like the six-sided ring being unique from WWE and stuff. That's what I liked about it.
They should maybe have used the 6-sided ring at a certain pay-per-view to make the 6-sided something special.
Yeah, that's what they're doing here as well, kind of.
They're doing that. They'll go with that. As for the return of 8 division, entertaining matches. The right wrestlers go into the matches and put on great matches. So yeah,
hopefully we'll see some great matches because I really do miss the X division being like it used to be in say the early years. Next question, because there's a lot of questions here. When do you guys think is the best time for Chris Jericho to come back, and should he be heel or face? Why so?
Well, we've kind of briefly covered this earlier, and we said that I'm saying he should come back as a temporary face. I only say temporarily because SmackDown need that, and maybe something just spark him off and make him a heel later on.
As for timing, anytime soon, because we need someone to go up against Randy Orton on SmackDown that's actually legitimate and can actually beat him for the title. Because at the moment, the main event scene is very stale.
And I think Jericho, he's proven that he can be a main event, so he should come back and slide straight back into it.
Maybe SummerSlam, maybe a Royal Rumble. I think those would be the 2 sort of times he could come back.
The Royal Rumble sounds good, but if they went back soon, then SummerSlam.
Yep. Next question we got is a question we've had a couple of times on a previous Q&As. Who do you think can break the Undertaker streak and why so?
Okay.
One guy.
First, I'm saying take a streak. To be honest, I'm not even sure if he'll make it to next WrestleMania, but if he does, it will be. Who do you think?
I don't want it to be him, but I think it'll be Orton.
Yeah, I'm not sure he'll bring back the Legend Killer era of him, but I think Orton will be. Even though he's higher as he is, I think it'll be Orton.
I think another guy, just going off on a limb here, Wade Barrett.
He was one that should have done it, or should have been against Taker.
Yep.
I think to help Wade get back up to where he should be, all these little things like beating Taker's streak, winning Money in the Bank, winning Royal Rumble, all stuff like this would do great for Wade Barrett. So.
Yeah, and it's promoting a new star, which is what essentially Undertaker needs to do right now, is give the company a future. And when you do this with someone like Wade Barrett, who is essentially going to be the future of the company at some point, that's what you kind of got to do, isn't it? Move on with the times. Yeah,
so there's our choices.
Yeah.
And next question I'll just ask you, because the specific person asked. This is for Dan. Where do you get your V-neck t-shirts from?
I don't really have a specific place where I get them. I don't know. I just like V-necks, I guess. I don't know. I wear them a lot. So places like Next, I can't really, River Island, places like that, I get my V-necks from sometimes. That's it. I can't really give you a specific place. I just always seem to get V-necks whenever. I don't know why. I just love V-necks, NJ. You know that.
And I'm all around neck.
Yes. Okay then. Next. So after all those questions, we get another set of questions from Ethics North, another guy who has been subscribed to us and comments on a lot of our videos. So thank you very much for those. He says, pick one wrestler to bring from WWE to WWE from TNA and why.
There's only one person that's actually proven himself in TNA that will make a good person in WWE, and that is AJ Styles.
Yep, I do agree with you there. He's by far the sort of best wrestler TNA have. The only problem is I don't think WWE would know how to use him. Do you know what I mean? Because he's the kind of guy who should be in the main event, but he's not got the kind of look that Vince McMahon wants for the main event in a big guy.
No.
But out of all the people, I would love to see AJ Styles in WWE.
Yeah, that's our pick, yeah.
Or even Robert Roode, he has the kind of look that the sort of attitude-y kind of look that Vince likes.
The thing is, some of TNA's main eventers are ex-WWE, so we could pick maybe some of them. But if we wanted someone different, it would be AJ.
Yeah, AJ or Robert Roode, in my opinion. You say AJ, I'm going to say Robert Roode.
That's fine.
Okay, this next question is going to be interesting. Just to make things interesting, put a load of wrestlers' names into a hat, pick one out, and make an ideal storyline which you would like to see them in. What we're going to do here, instead of putting them into a hat, because it's kind of like on the spot, we're going to 5 seconds, think of two wrestlers, and then we'll go from there. So NJ, should we go on 0?
Yeah, let's go on 0.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Drew McIntyre.
Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin and Drew McIntyre. Okay, so first thing we've got there is they're two mid-carders. So why not, have Drew McIntyre beat Shelton Benjamin for the #1 contendership for the IC title, have Drew McIntyre screw Shelton Benjamin out of it, and then continue a feud from there?
Because we have Drew McIntyre, who could play the great heel, that could do stuff like that.
Benjamin's very over with the crowd as well.
So I think that would work perfectly.
Yeah, and maybe have a feud for a couple, good couple of months. End it in like a gimmick match, like a last man standing or something.
Last man standing could be a stepping stone for them. Yes.
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
Okay, that was interesting. That was weird, wasn't it? Picking up random wrestlers. It's very good that you picked a heel and I picked a face, because it could have been a bit bad with all the heel turns and face turns that we didn't need to have done if we picked 2 heels or 2 faces.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah. If you could make your own type of match, what would you create? They've all been done, haven't they?
The only thing I would do, instead of having my own match, I'll probably just improve the ones we have and make them better somehow.
For example?
The cage.
Yeah.
I'd probably have no door.
I'd have a roof.
No door and a roof.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I wouldn't have a roof in mine. Because I like the whole climbing out idea. Right. I don't like the whole pinning, submission.
Okay.
So I'll get rid of the door and maybe change the rules just to climb out.
Make the cage a little bit bigger as well.
Yeah, there we go.
I can't really... Creating a match is very hard to do, so maybe improving a match is probably the next best thing we could have done. Whenever Randy Orton's in a match, I like to call it a last man sleeping match. That's a new match creation, isn't it? The last person to stay awake is the winner. That's what we like to do at pay-per-views, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
The next question he said to us is, what do you think has been the worst title reign in WWE to date?
Okay, I look at them as much as I know you people saying Cena, I'm not saying Cena. Cena's a champ, but I'm saying Dolph Ziggler. The way he got the title and then he lost it, I just thought that is just a shame for Dolph. He should not have got it if that was going to be the case.
Yeah. Some of the worst ones for me include Vince McMahon, just because he should never have won the Royal Rumble. He should never have ever won that title. So one-day reigns like Kane. I know Kane winning it was good, but a one-day reign, come on, things like that. Those are getting there at some point. There's so many bad reigns just because they're so damn short.
Yeah, there's a lot we could name. Or there's even some that's even lasted for about a week or something.
Can I say King Booker and JBL are two people I never liked as champions? I'm just saying, that's just my personal preference.
Like, I don't know, the way the title, I don't like when someone wins it one pay-per-view and then loses it on the next pay-per-view. They've only had a month for title reign. I don't like stuff like that. I like when champs are able to hold it on longer.
That's what Christian should have got, eh? But there we
stuff
go.
Like that.
And it's the Breakfast Club member, so he automatically gets the belt when he goes to SmackDown. Why do you think TNA cuts ties with any sort of association to TNA? Simple, because they're in competition.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
TNA have ties with ROH, which is good to see because it's good they're helping an independent company. But I don't think WWE will ever have any association with TNA because WWE are doing their own thing. They're branding and everything, and the way they do business is way different to however other people do business. So
just move on from that,
exactly. Do you think TNA? Oh God, do you think WWE will stay PG forever?
No.
At
the moment, they're staying in it because of the whole. I think the Linda McMahon brought it on.
Yeah, the Senate and the whole kids thing. Even though their key demographic is fucking 78%, 18 to 35 or something, 39.
But what I will say is the WWE are actually trying to add non-PG things into their wrestling to keep it interesting, but staying PG altogether, no, it won't last.
When Triple H takes over, I can kind of see a more sort of edgy era than the PG era anyway. Coming in, that's just my personal preference with someone like Triple H.
Yeah, because I'm saying I'm not saying Vince doesn't have good ideas.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, like everyone has.
I
think Triple H will come in knowing what he's going to do and start doing it. So we'll have changes in the future.
Although he'll probably have Vince McMahon in his ear saying, "Do this, do that." But there we go. That's business. But anyway, we don't know. We don't think it'll stay PG forever. We hope it doesn't. The one WWE title you would like to see back and why? Two words.
Or 2 words.
Yeah, it is one word. Sorry, yeah.
Hardcore.
We love the hardcore matches. So definitely bring the hardcore title back. Even though in today's era it wouldn't work, maybe in a future era, I'd love to see it back in hardcore matches again.
We've been watching matches in the last couple of days, and we've seen, past couple of weeks we've seen great hardcore matches. We've seen loads of wrestlers get involved. Title changing hands there.
Part of our SummerSlam series. We saw loads.
I'd sometimes show you great matches with hardcore. So I'm just saying, with the hardcore title back, you'll see mixed champions. You'll see more backstage segments because the title will probably switch hands a lot backstage.
Good, entertaining matches.
Yeah, so I think it will make improvement from what we have now.
Yep, definitely. The hardcore title.
All the way.
Memories. The next question is from the Black Rose 991, another guy out there who we recommend you subscribe, mainly because he's British and we enjoy his videos as well. So
he does make good videos.
Big shout out to Black Rose there. I'm sure he will appreciate this. He's from the Bell to Bell show. The ding ding ding. Brilliant. He says, will we ever see the British Fist as WWE Tag Team Champions? NJ, you know what I'll say here? The way the tag team division at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if we walked in and we could probably be tag team champions because the way the tag team championship titles are booked at the moment is really not that good.
Well, what I'll do is the day we become tag champs is the day WWE lose their tag titles because when we get them, we keep them.
Yeah, we keep them and we use them in our videos like Zack Ryder does.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's pretty much answers that one. I wish we could be tag team champs. It would be awesome, wouldn't we?
We would.
Yeah, definitely. The next question is from Wolf Undead 1998, and as NJ reminisces, as I will do soon, he asks, how good do you think Jinder Mahal's future is in WWE?
If he stays with Carly, because Carly's helping him put him over, and Carly's helping Jinder Mahal, I think it'll be just great for both of them. So how good do you think it'd be? Pretty good if he stays with Carly for a bit.
One thing he does very well is he does play that non-American gimmick quite well, which is immediately what gets you over as a heel in WWE. You know, as for his future, I've seen some of his work in FCW. It wasn't the best, but he still has this kind of ability, especially with Great Khali with him. He could become a very good future superstar. Maybe not main event, but definitely mid card or mid card in my opinion.
I look forward to see what they do with Jinder Mahal, because I think while he's helping Khali and Khali's helping him, I think we're going to see a lot more good stuff from both of them.
Definitely, we look forward to see what Jinder Mahal has to offer, just because he's something new, really, and especially on SmackDown where we kind of need some injection, especially into the main event scene.
And hopefully, I'm not sure if Khali will make it back to the main event, but I hope Khali helps to bring Jinder Mahal maybe somewhere close.
Yep.